The Archon. Let's talk about a player in the game of life, your game of life. You are the answer. You are looking at yourself. You can reach in and maneuver that any way that you like because it is yours. Nobody else has access to that unless you give them jurisdiction and sovereignty and permission to take those things from you. Because there are people in the world who want to be of service, which is green in the game, which is the heart in the body, just like there are those who want control, which is black in the game. There are other colors too, like blue, commerce, red, priority. So Archons are not necessarily good or bad. They can be weapons and they can be tools. It depends on the user, that which is utilizing these systems, these Archons, for their purposes. And there is a mutual exchange that happens. So there is a cause and effect. And I think we should start at the top because it's more fun that way. And when we did the experiment, the last experiment about the Trinity, which we went through evidence and compassion, and we discovered morality. In other words, we took the aspects of the masculine active properties of evidence, electricity, of the particle, and we took the magnetic, passive, feminine aspects of the wave, magnetic, right? So the electromagnetic components of evidence and compassion also being pressure, where evidence also being temperature. Very specific here in our definitions. We took these two realms, and when we join them together in Tantra, in pleasure, in ecstasy, in arousal, they created a third. And that third was morality. And by using the tools of evidence and compassion to explore the realm of morality, of natural law, you come into source. You come into creation, to our creator. And that is the structure and organization of natural law within all realms, all dimensions, infinitely. There are no boundaries or limitations. There is a coalescence of all into the ever-present now, which is the seam of creation. So there is an intelligence greater than our own. Of course, there is a dark side to Archons, but again, it's all based on the performer. The dark side comes from inside. This is their magic. This is how they maintain their immortality. As long as there are humans, there will be Archons. As long as there will be Archons, there will be humans. So they have immortals as well. And those immortals we generally call the 7 deadly sins, right? Of lust, gluttony, pride, sloth, wrath, greed, and envy. These are Archons. You can also associate colors to these. You can associate planets to these. Each of these energies are built within the matrix of our reality. We have access to all of this. So there is a potential for perversion. You can distort aspects to suit your situation, your needs. So there are dangers and there are consequences. And those 7 immortals, they have their opposites as well. And we've covered that through the natural law morality matrix of Source itself. The immortals that are in direct opposite to the 7 deadly sins are the principle of mentalism, correspondence, vibration, the principle of polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, and the principle of gender. So within the game of life, the creator is natural law. The creator is morality, and it is source. Now, how we access source is also through a trinity, in which we covered here as well. That trinity is the feminine passive aspects being harmony, the masculine active principles being goodness, and the third born from their union being inspiration. And inspiration requires perspiration. What is it that you do with your gifts, with your elements? Your elements being earth, air, water, and fire. Earth, the body; air, the mind; water, the gut; and fire, the heart. So the Archon is the simulation matrix. That body has to have a trinity built for its stability, for its momentum and movement in the world. So the power, force, and value of the Archon is in its ability to duplicate, to mimic, to be the mirror. They are the great replicators, a copy of an original.